Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. The company that you keep, the company that you keep. Be careful of the company that you keep. The expression that comes to mind is corrupt company corrupts absolutely. I know it's supposed to be about power, absolute power, but I'm also using that same terminology to say corrupt company corrupts absolutely. The company that you keep corrupts you. The company that you keep corrupts you. The company that you keep corrupts you. You need to be in an environment that is conducive to God's Spirit. You need to be around people that are open and receptive to the Spirit of possible that anybody or anything can block his spirit. Anybody or anything can block his spirit. But we remember from scriptures, even with the word on salvation, God does not force himself on anybody. He needs to be received. God does not force himself into any environment. He needs to be accepted. We saw that when Korazosh, Merider Dofra Ande. Anyway, we'll use that word for another time. I was going to speak about the three sisters. Or was it four? The cards. I won't mention the full name. We are a reflection of what we are surrounding ourselves with. Be careful of the company that you keep. Whatever you consume, you become a part of it. Whatever you consume, you become a part of it. As I'm trying to say this word, but with me, if you, those of you who are watching, if you Seroda, if you're watching, bear with me. My word is changing for some reason or another. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure what it is. Hmm. Bear with me. It's part of the prophetic. Part of the prophetic. This too shall pass, I hear the Lord saying. There is something that is happening in your household, and I obviously won't go too deep about it. This may be for somebody here or one who's going to watch later. My prophetic is not limited by time. My prophetic is not limited by time. But something is happening in your household that you see it and you've been praying about it. You obviously wouldn't tell anybody about it because it is quite personal, as most prayers tend to be. But I am prophetic. God says, be patient. Be patient. He's working behind the scenes. Be patient. He's working behind the scenes. He sees what that person is doing. You know that he knows. You know that he knows. You know that he know or suspect of what's going on with that person. God also sees it. And in time it shall be revealed. But God will get the glory. So do not act up because of what you know about that person. Do not try and punish them. Do not try and raise your voice or cause issues, because that in itself will cause God to back away from you as an individual in that particular place. About the company we keep as well. We don't act or react in the way in response to how they are behaving. Our behavior should not be a reaction or reactionary to what they're doing. We need to set standards. We need to set standards. We need to set standards so that even if they're in the wrong, we remain in the right. That even if they are in the wrong, we remain in the right. We remain in the light, as I've spoken about this week about the lights of God, but we remain in the right. So we don't respond relative to what they're doing or how they're behaving. We have a standard in God. We have a standard in God. So let God have the final say. I know it's painful, and I know you can't speak about it. God understands. God sees it, and God sees your heart. This may not even have been your prayer, but the Lord has just seen your struggle, seen your pain. God can see your heart. He knows your struggle. And you may believe that you're going into this, fighting this battle by yourself. But God sees you, God knows you, and God understands. He will deal with the rest. You just remain in your peace. Remain in your peace. Remain in your peace, and it shall be well. Be careful of the company you keep. Corrupt company corrupts absolutely. Corrupt company corrupts absolutely. We know the Lord would say, do not be surrounded by, meditate with, move along with unbelievers. Unbelief is, in essence, the spirit of blocking God's spirit. Unbelief is the spirit of blocking God's spirit. Those who are in the world that do not believe in God will not look to Him for solutions, for answers, for guidance. They will not look to Him as a light, as a blessing, as a love that He is. They do not even see Him, they cannot perceive Him. If you hang around those types of people, because it is a spirit that is blocking the Spirit of God, eventually they will teach you also how to block God's Spirit. They will teach you how to doubt. They will teach you just by their presence. They may not even have to say it, just because they carry that spirit. They will teach you how to block God, how to not see Him, how to not discern Him. How be careful with your friends. Speaking about company, be careful of friends that say they have your back. Careful of friends. You may know or discern it that something is not okay. Be careful of friends who look at your husband in a particular way, who say things inappropriate for the discussions you have with them. Don't write them off, those discussions, as though they are just being jovial or joking about it or not serious. If your husband gets mentioned on the lips of a female friend of yours or their colleagues, and your discernment says these are not the words that should be coming out of their mouths, take note of it. Take note of it. Be careful of the company you keep. Be careful of the friends that you keep that are friendly to you today, but want your life tomorrow. Jealousy is a very dangerous spirit to have. And that goes again back to what I was saying earlier, the company that you keep. Does the company that you keep pray for your growth? Does the company that you keep pray for your success? Does the company that you keep pray that you stay in wisdom, receive grace, see God's love? The company that you keep, do they want the best for you? Do they want the best for you? If not, cut them off. Don't think twice about it. If you know and you can feel and you can sense that the company that you keep prefers you where you are, they do not want you to succeed. They don't want to see you get above them, get ahead of them, getting in front of them. If you know that as soon as you turn your back, they will stab you. If you know this to be true, you've discerned it, stay away from them. Don't make it a prayer item. Don't make it something that you will regret in the future. Stay away from them. Stay away from them. Stay away from them. Be careful of the company you keep. Be careful what you watch on television. The word is about the Kardashians. I just could not write it out in full, just in case it brought the wrong attention. I was watching the Kardashians today, just by chance, scrolling by. I think it's on E exclamation mark, entertainment network or entertainment television, whatever the channel may be. And I happened to watch them. Those sisters, that spirit, one is lust. That is the spirit that God is revealing to me now. But more than that, the word antichrist comes up into the spirit. Antichrist. Now you may see some of them in religious settings, talking about God, maybe even about faith, maybe even seeing them pray. But the word antichrist comes into the spirit. Be careful of the people that you watch, because if they are spirits moving with the antichrist in whatever version, that spirit will also come upon you. In your dreams, you will dream. In your spirit, you will be interfered. In your faith, there shall be fear manifesting just by watching them. And you may not know why, because your natural eye does not perceive what the spirit sees. They are anti-Christ, anti-God, anti the spirit. It is just a warning, just in case some of you are followers thereof or worshippers of them. And that could be for celebrities in general, but for now, this word is for this particular family. Anti-Christs. They are anti-God, anti-Christianity, anti the spirit. If you're watching them, even if it's just for entertainment, the spirit behind them will fall upon you. The spirit behind them will fall upon you. Everything is spiritual. Everything is spiritual. Everything is spiritual. Be careful of the company that you keep. Be careful of who you allow to minister to you, whether celebrities, television programs, dramas, the books that you read. I see one of you likes romance books, books about romance. Be careful of that spirit as well. If those romantic settings, scenarios, situations are contrary to the spirit and will of God, because there will also be a spirit that will influence how you behave, influence how you act. It's supposed to be a reflection of God. The words that you read, the programs that you watch, the television shows, the talk shows, the things that you're exposed to, things that you even watch on YouTube, as you're watching me, perhaps you watch others as well. They are spirits. My words are spirit and truth, the Lord says, which means that your words are spirit and truth. Power, life and death are in the power of the tongue, which means your words are spirit and they are truth. My words are spirit and my truth. Whatever words you speak, whatever words you hear, that is your reality. That is your truth. Watch the words that you speak, they will manifest. Watch the words that are spoken over you in the TV shows that you watch, the programs, the books that you read, they will manifest. Are you meditating on the right things? Be careful of the words, the language that your friends use around you. If they are swearing, if they are speaking down on people, gossiping, those words are spirit and they are truth. They will manifest. And bear in mind, if they're gossiping about somebody else, they will gossip about you when you turn your back. And gossip is not about uplifting people, but bringing people down. Be careful about the gossips that you partake in. Be careful that you do not become a topic of people's gossips because of the people that you entertain who talk down behind your back. If you know anybody talks down behind you, including your spouse, shut it down in the spirit. If anybody talks down upon you, even your parents, shut it down in the spirit. If anybody talks down upon you, neighbors, PTA groups, whatever it is, shut it down in the spirit. Let your word begin to reign. Let your words begin to rise. And believe the words that you speak, because your words are spirit, your words are truth, they will manifest. Be careful of the words you speak about yourself. Be careful of the words you speak about your family, about your friends. Raise them up in the spirit. Raise them up in the spirit. Raise them up in the spirit. Your words are powerful. Your spirit is powerful. You are powerful. The words that you speak will manifest. Be careful of the company that you keep. And it always go back to the origin of this word. Your company needs to raise you up, needs to see you better off, needs to see you in a greater position, needs to pray for you, needs to hope for you, needs to want you to grow, want you to be great. If you don't feel that your company wants you to be great or wants to see greatness in you, cut them off, cut them off, cut them off. If you lose all your friends and remain with just God, you're in a good place. If you lose all your friends and remain with just God, you're in a good place. God will connect you to the right people. He will take you to a place where His Spirit dwells. Be careful of the company that you keep. Not everybody wants to see God in you. Not everybody wants to see you succeed. Be careful about the TV shows that you watch, the books that you read, the things that you meditate on. All these things affect you. They defile you. They make you dirty. They make you think twice about who you are. They make you question who you are in God. If God is questioned in anything that you watch, if God is put down in anything that you meditate on, if somebody talks down upon God in the company that you keep, shut it down in the spirit. Let your word rise up. Let God in you rise up. Let the light in you rise up. God is with you. God is with you. Keep Him there. God is with you. Keep Him there. God is with you. Keep Him there. Be careful of the company that you keep. Their Kardashians are anti-Christ. Just in case you follow them, watch them, or whatever the case may be in terms of your connection to them. It is a spirit. Be careful. I'm not saying stop watching them. I'm just asking you to discern for yourselves and be careful. They are anti-Christ. They are anti-Christ. Let them abandon you. As long as God is with you, it is well. Let them go. As long as God is with you, it is well. Ask the Lord to reveal these things to you, whether in spirit, whether in a dream, whether in words, whether in confirmations, as you're confirming to one another. Let the Lord reveal to you the people that you need to cut off in this season so that you can leave that room for somebody better who wants the best for you to come towards you, who wants the best for God and who God wants the best for them. The grace of God may be upon you, may it reveal things to you that need to be seen. Cut them off. If they're not with God, they're not for God, they're not with you, they're not for you. Let God reveal it to you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Be blessed.